Hello.
The T57 Heavy is one of my favourite tanks in the entire game. It's the perfect combination of purely ambushing someone and also still having the armour and the hit points capability of taking a few in return. This video is going to have the tier 5 all the way up to tier 10 to show you the progression and differences along the way. We start out our journey with the M4A1 Sherman. This is actually a little bit special because it does have the choice of two different guns. As you can see on the left hand side, you have the derp gun, which is the 105, and then you have the 76mm gun, which is the more reliable gun to choose from. However, because this is tier 5, the 53 pen can sometimes be very, very useful against lightly armoured targets, and if you are willing to spam gold, the 102 pen is definitely good enough to pen most stuff that you're going to meet. But if you want to play it safe, then you stay with the 76mm gun. After all, you're not really going to be here for too long, and it's probably worth just to grind down and go through this straight away. One really, really nice thing about this line is that the base view range is good, and that means that you don't necessarily need to run binos at tier 5. For everything else on the vehicle, you have 48 top speed with 18 in reverse, 15 power to weight, your DPM is around about 2000, that's with a rammer and vents, and your accuracy is fine for what you would expect at tier 5. However, one thing that definitely is not fine is the armor, because yeah, you don't have any. You cannot side scrape, you cannot go hold down, you cannot rely on this armor in the slightest. Pretty much every single person that you meet will pen unless they get insanely unlucky. And that is something that you're going to notice throughout the entirety of this line. You don't really have armor to rely on, apart from maybe the T57 Heavy, which you can kind of bait people into shooting stuff. I actually cannot remember from this position if... Oh, it is a hold down here. I mean, we say hold down. This has no armor. I'm kind of surprised we don't spot anyone. I would like to report a lost team. Have you ever seen a minute into the game and no one has spotted each other? That is a rare, rare, rare occasion. Okay. I mean, the KV-1SA is pushing through. Is there anyone there? No? Okay. Well, we can just start to farm this then. Oh, an armpit. Hello. I'm not so sure on this gun so far. Seems okay, but it does seem very derpy when you move. Like, imagine if you could put stab on this, it would be lovely. Cavalier is going to die. The BDR is chilling. I mean, the T-34 is dead as well. Wow. Okay. Not the fastest in reverse in comparison to what the top speed is. The BDR has, what, 240 alpha? So you can do quite a bit of damage to him. Ah, we love artillery. Our favourite. Goodbye, little Panzer 4F2. I don't know where the enemy team is. Like, they haven't played this game. Are they all just camped at... I mean, I can semi-side scrape this. I mean, if he's shooting... I was about to say, if he's shooting the back, then he's not going to have a fun time. But he's not having a fun time anyway. You know what? Every single time I play low tier, it's always just an eye-opening experience. It really is. I play low tier and it's just... it's just a free-for-all. I don't know what's going on. There's no rhyme or reason behind what's going on. Everything is just... They just YOLO stuff. Like, they didn't get spotted for the first minute of the game. And then all of a sudden, there was a Wolverine going through the rubble piles. Like... It doesn't make sense. What is happening here? Why is the artillery here? Out of all the positions he could have gone to, he chooses the middle of the map. I mean, at least with 2,000 damage up. We just need to be very careful because we are a one-shot to most people, if not all. We just continue. We're just going to continue into the rubble piles. I think the Chaffee Camo can one-shot me. I mean, he's shooting down there at the moment. Right, we can kill this. Aim, aim, aim. Whoa. Right as I was about to fully aim. Do you reckon the Panzer 4 is going to one-shot the Chaffee? Right, the Chaffee Camo isn't there. That's an issue, by the way. Oh, I have no idea what's going on in this game. Like, the RT kills the M10, and then this guy just comes out of nowhere? How is he there? I don't understand what's happening in this game. How did he even get there without getting spotted? And the Chaffee Camo is back up here again. He's just running. Oh, is he coming back? Oh, more damage. Wait. Oh, he missed. Do I reload before you? Next up, we have the EZ8 at tier 6, and this is a pure continuation of what you've just played at tier 5. In fact, pretty much everything you've just learnt at tier 5 just applies to the tier 6 now, but it's just better. By far, the best thing about this tank, though, is that you can use stab on this, which is just a godsend for any medium tank. Because of the amount of time you're actually moving around the map and turning your tank and the turret, you want to have stabs on most mediums. And this tank is no exception. The gun does feel so much better than the last tank you just played, and that's mainly because of the stab. Now, this tank does have 460 meters view range because we've replaced the vents for a stab. Obviously, we still have the optics and the rammer. This goes again at 48 kilometers an hour with 17 pound to weight, so a little bit faster off the mark. You get much more DPM at nearly 2,600, and that's even without the vents boosting it as well. Your dispersion at 100 meters has gone down, and your aim time has also gone down. So this is all round much better. However, do not go thinking that the armor has improved, because that has not. This is still absolutely going to get penetrated by everybody. You cannot obviously side scrape because of the fact that this is overhanging the tracks and it will get penned every single time. You cannot really go hold down because, yeah, this is only 90 millimeters thick either side. So it really doesn't have armor exactly the same as the previous tank you just played. All right, let's see if anybody would like to cross. Maybe the Crocodile? The M6? VK36-1H? Potential? Well, the Crocodile is out this way. I don't really... And the M6 is over there. Oh, man. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. There is too many people here. We also don't really have armor to side scrape with, so... I mean, if he keeps peeking like this, he is going to die. Or if I keep hitting the rail, though, he is not going to die. What is at the back here? I'm not sure if there's any TDs at the back. That was quite close. Right, does the Crocodile want to overpeak this? And he sort of does. Do I have more DPM than a Crocodile? I can't really have a shot on the Crocodile. That's an even bigger issue. We're going to go to APCR for this. There we go. I don't actually... Do I low roll that? There we go. Alright, this guy has run away. We'll go back to AP. What is my alpha? I always forget with these quick firing guns. 115. You're very, very lucky that you realised. I don't think... Yeah, he can't... I was going to say, he can't actually run away without taking damage or getting spotted. But, yeah, he's managed it. If we're fast enough, we should be able to get out the way of the Panzer IV if he is in A1. We actually outspot him. I mean, we're not getting spotted in return, which makes me think that the Jagdpanzer IV isn't here. So we can just push this again. I just realised, look how many M4A3s there are with the 76W. And then my loader dies, of course. I missed the shot and then the loader's dead as well. I need the Chinu to go and kill him. Well, I mean, we're kind of stuck here now. Can't even spot him. I can't outspot him. Even when he fires, it's too far back behind the bushes. He has become the bush. If I go back this way, though, I should get unspotted and I can run. Then maybe we can go around, all the way back around at the back. In fact, he can't even see me anyway. Okay, Hellcat is dead. And now it's just a load of M4A3 76Ws and the Jagdpanzer IV. There's probably someone still sitting here. Ah, that's a bit of an issue for him. And kind of for us. What? I mean, if they do keep going, though, we can kill them for this. How long did it take him to kill that? Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure the Jagdpanzer IV went up to the right there. We only have 193 health left, which is not great. Very, very good. I think we go around like that and go and help him out. I will never spot the Jagdpanzer IV unless he fires and I'm like within his within like 250 meters or something. Is he just sitting behind this? If he is, then I can just chill and just wait for him. Don't think the M44 has a shot, and I hope the Gnu will be able to kill him in a second. I just need the Gnu to kill the M44. Lovely. Very, very nice. Okay. The issue is that, I mean, his alpha isn't that good, is it? Is it the same alpha as me? It seems to be. So he can't one-shot me, and I can potentially one-shot him. Not good. Very good. Yes, that went from not good to very good very quickly. Okay, the problem is now, though, that we have a tank which is exceptionally stealthy. He will be a problem for me to try and spot. I think I need to just get into the cap and try and draw him out, if I can. The problem is the Basotto is all the way up here. I'm just going to try and draw him out. He can one-shot me as well. I think he has 240 alpha, unless he's using like 180 alpha damage gun. Even then, he can one-shot me. Just seeing if any of... Oh. Yeah. I thought I heard him, but I didn't think so. I mean, the Basotto can one-shot him now, though. Unless he's using the wrong gun. I don't know. I don't actually know what gun this is. I mean, even if it's a 240 alpha, you can still one-shot him. Where are you going? Oh, no. Oh, we're about to watch two TDs fight. This should be interesting. Oh, please. Just take your time. Yay! Oh, God. Well, 2.2k, 4 kills, on your first class. How did we do? Top on damage, pretty good. Basotto carried, easy. Apply. Once we get to the T20, this is a little bit different from what you're just playing at the tier 5 and 6, because now you have a longer reload, but a little bit more alpha. However, that alpha increase does mean that your DPM has decreased, and you now have minus 600 DPM from what you were just last playing. But you do have 240 alpha in comparison to the 115. However, the rest of the tank is very, very nice. You have more than good enough base view range to ditch the coated optics and only run vents as long as you are running food and decent crew perks. As you'll see here, I have 453 meters view range. You also go considerably faster in this vehicle. You go at 56 in comparison to 48, and you nearly have 18 pound to weight in comparison to the 17 that you're just playing with. However, the armor has not increased, as you can see, with only 80 millimeters thick, and even on the turret, 126, which is absolutely nothing at this tier. However, there is one thing that the T20 can do, which the others cannot, and that is side scrape, because the side armor is actually very, very good. As you can see here, you can fully over-angle a lot of this, and it's still not going to be a pen, unless they're using heat. But for the vast majority of tanks that you will meet, if you just angle a little bit and they try and shoot your side, they'll probably bounce. However, you obviously need to take this with a pinch of salt, because look at the rest of it, okay? They're not going to miss the turret. I mean, for Berlin, I'm definitely not going to go to the right-hand side, so we're going to go to the left-hand side for the mediums. Okay, VK, hello, hello. I mean, you're combating our Cromwell and winning quite aggressively, actually. One to you, lovely. Save the Cromwell as well. Very good. I feel too open trying to shoot that. I feel like from that side they'll be able to just peek up there or something. Hello, Mr. Suramil. And maybe one more. Very good. Very, very good. The AMX is inside the bunker. Ooh, ARL. AMX is inside the bunker. Can't really do anything about him at the moment. Maybe we can try and shoot the CS44 though. I don't think he's going to continue peeking up. Not if this guy's pushing him. Soon we will hit him. Yes, very, very good. Okay. The positive thing out of this is that we can hopefully kill this, and then we can push around and flank. That's the plan. Let's kill the aero. Good. Now that he's taken out, we can then afford to push through. I mean, I think this will die before I can even go and get a shot on him. So we're just going to keep going past and go around behind them. Where's the AMX gone? Oh, did the AMX die? How did the AMX die? T150 is coming back. I'm just going to try and hide behind this. Good. Missed. Oh my god. Please, gun. T1... Oh, I was going to say, the T150 doesn't have a 150 caliber gun, so we're actually all good regarding side scraping. I'm not spotting him anymore, though. Oh, the AMX did not die. Okay. This is why you have Twitch chat to tell you that the AMX didn't die. Where is Mr. CDT, Cheeto CDT health? I don't know what their healths are. I want to let them cap, and then if I push this, I can try and hold them off. Hello. Oh, good. I mean, at least he's been nerfed. Do I reload before him? Good. Nice. Then we can finish this off as well, maybe? I'm not too sure where the CDT is, though. Ho! What are you doing? Okay. Continue. Go and find the AMX. I need to go around this way and then get behind the house so then go and kill him. And then I'm out the way of artillery afterwards. I need to ram him and do damage. I need to actually hit him. Never mind the ram. Good. At least now he's a one-shot. And the big thing is that I actually stay up here. Because then when he goes up, I can kill him. Oh, I hate this gun when it just trolls. If I wasn't stunned, I might have killed him. And now we are forever just going to be chasing an AMX 1357 around the map. I wonder if he's going to go left. That is not good aim. Good. At least we hit it. I mean, we should have hit the other ones. And now we have the lovely, lovely ability to go and kill the artillery. And maybe get 10 kills. I'm not even going to ask for 10 kills. Like, if this guy kills him, I don't care. There's the pressure count. One of them should be down here, I believe. And the other one should be up here somewhere. What health are they on? 350. I don't think the HE will kill this. It might kill the Crusader. I mean, I actually only have 320 alpha on that. So... there we go. Very nice. 9 kills. Potential to get 10. We're just going to go and cross the bridge straight. We're not going to try and faff around trying to get a shot. I hope that this is not blocked. It kind of is. Oh, we got through. It's all good. Is he saving the kill for me? I'm really not fussed about getting 10 kills, but ram to finish it off? There you go. Very, very nice. I always do kind of feel a bit bad, like when people leave me kills on this account, because it really doesn't mean anything. Like the stats get wiped, etc. So I'd rather them just go and get the kill. Either way, mastery, 10 kills, 2.7k damage, very, very big game. Apply. We now move up to T69. I hate this tank. And I understand that this tank has been buffed, and before it got buffed, it was not a very, very good tank. However, even after the buff, I cannot stand this tank. As I have to say with a lot of these tanks, when I don't enjoy a tank, that doesn't mean necessarily that you will not enjoy the tank. It only ever feels like you do 1 or 2 in a clip, and it just feels so soul destroying when you do miss shots. Luckily enough, the reload time isn't completely horrendous, but it is pretty bad for what you're getting. 2100 DPM is not awful, but it is on the lower end. And if you consider the fact that 2100 DPM is when you hit all 4 shots, yeah, if you start missing a few, it really does start to fall down. This tank's gun is basically the T20's gun, but in an autoloader form. Now, I didn't mention this in the T20 part because it doesn't really matter if the gun is a little bit derpy. You expect it at tier 7 with a little bit more alpha. However, at tier 8, 240 alpha is actually sometimes considered low, and you expect better stats for what you are getting here. It doesn't feel like you're getting much of an upgrade when you do move up to the next tank. That is how I felt while playing the tanks. You have the same 0.33 dispersion as the T20, but your aim time actually goes up 0.2 of a second. You do get 10 more meters view range than the T20, so you don't have to worry about that. And the top speed is 51 in comparison to the T20 that you just played, which is a little bit faster at 56. The same thing applies for the power to weight, which is again a little bit down from what you're playing at the T20. As you'll see for this, we are using IRM, vents, and stab. This is to try and get the bloom all the way down after firing. We don't really need IRM for anything other than the aftershot bloom. And you could, for instance, go and choose another piece of equipment such as turbo or experimental turbo would be even better. The armor layout, however, on the T69 is better than the T20. You do have areas where they just won't pen. Even if they're using 280mm heat rounds, there are still areas where they will bounce. However, this doesn't really mean anything because of the fact that every single person will shoot you right below the turret in this little chin area. Or they just shoot the hull. That is also an option. The same thing applies again though for this tank. You can side scrape if you need to, and it actually has better side armor than the T20 at 76mm. But again, everybody's going to shoot the cheeks. I'm more impressed that we actually managed to hit the first shot there. Do I want to try and go around? I might ask this guy for help, and we can go around. I mean, their T69 is also coming around this way. Since when does a T69 have armor? I'm really hitting the gun pretty much every single time. There we go. Now we can finish him off, go for the instant reload. I'm going to load heat, though, for the next one, because it's the M1A3, Object 257, Skoda T56 as well. And we now need to try and get around them, and then we just win. And also a Baraskis here, which is really not great. Really? He just disappears? Where has he gone? I would have thought I would have hit him. I mean, the Barash shouldn't be able to escape. I need to be careful about peeking up here. Oh my god. The aim on this, the accuracy on this tank is really not it. Oh, at least 2 out of 4. Oh, in 10 seconds I can kill him. Okay. Thank you. Alright, we're nearly out of heat. I mean, we're nearly out of ammo in general, which is not good. The heat rounds are by far, like, what you should be using. Like, the standard rounds are okay, but they're really not it. For God's sake, I thought that was the Ferdinand I was looking at. I didn't actually... Oh my god. No, I'm not loading one heat round. God, this tank is painful to play. I can't even go forwards, because he will one-shot me. No? Alright. Well, I mean, I think that's as good as we're going to get. This gun really isn't very good. Maybe I can dive off of this and kill him. I'm even going to intuition to my one heat round. You know what? That'll do. Honestly, this tank is not good. It's not a good tank. Apply. The T54E1 is basically a T69, but in a heavy tank form, which means that it's just a mini T57 Heavy. That's amazing. No. This, I was so wrong about. Now, I have not played this vehicle in a very long time. We're talking years at this point. I was under the impression it's just a mini T57 Heavy. You see, the best thing about the T57 Heavy is that it has monstrous DPM for an autoloader. This doesn't have monstrous DPM for an autoloader. This also has a slightly longer unload time, which means that compared to the T57 Heavy, you're out in the open for an extra 0.66 of a second, which can be the difference between taking a shot and not taking a shot when you're trying to ambush vehicles. Now, I can forgive the ambushing ability because this is a tier below. Okay, let the intro clip be a little bit longer. That's absolutely fine. What I can't really forgive, though, is the fact that the gun just sucks. Now, the stats compared to the T69 are not actually that bad. If you look at the raw dispersion, this tank actually has better dispersion values than the T69. But what it doesn't have is a better aim time. The aim time on this tank is awful. It also has worse accuracy than the T69. If you hated the T69 gun, you will not enjoy this gun. Editing Max is stepping in because what you're also going to hate on this tank is that you have to use the stock gun for 43,000 XP worth, which is the T69's gun that you're just using. However, this gun is a little bit better because it does get 5 shots in a clip rather than 4, but it also has an increased aim time. For whatever reason. The other issue with the T54E1 is that you only go at 39 km an hour with a turbo. And obviously if you're just grinding this tank, you're not going to have the ability to put that in the correct slot. So you're never going to get that extra 1 km an hour top speed or the other benefits from getting the slot bonus. You do have good enough view range for a heavy tank and your power to weight is actually decent. But the fact that you go so slow without a turbo means that you are required to have one. Reverse speed is actually pretty good at 22, means that you can evacuate out of danger when needed. Now obviously if you can, go ahead and put an experimental turbo on this vehicle because it will help you out greatly. And I would even argue that you probably want to ditch the vents for maybe IRM just to try and get that bloom level down after firing as well. So if you do have a level 2 experimental turbo, do something like this and hopefully that's a little bit better because the bloom levels really are awful and then combined with the aim time, it's not nice. I mean, on the plus side, you do have the potential to bounce some stuff if you get lucky. But let's be honest, everybody is going to pen the cheeks the same way that they do the T69 and the T57 Heavy when they meet it. And also the hull armor again, you can go straight through it. But this time, you can't even side scrape because of the fact that this is a weak spot. So every single time you try and side scrape, they'll just pen right below the turret where the turret meets the hull. This gun just feels so bad in comparison to T57. I guess it could be field mods though. But then, so like if you're just grinding this tank, you're just so much worse off. Because like the last field mod would really change this tank dramatically. You know, with the, oh, does it not? Does this get the field mod? It doesn't. So no, it wouldn't matter. So there's just no way of really making this work. Well, now you're dead. Unlucky. This has better DPG than the Conk E75 and M4A3. There is no way. Is it literally the equivalent of one clip? Because that would be the only explanation. I can't really push this. I mean, they have someone at the very back because this 7032 just took damage. So if someone is at the back there, I might just go across and just see if I can shoot this. I love the fact I can't pen a BZ. Of course, there's an IS-5. Whatever. Oh my god! We actually hit free at distance. It's a miracle. Come on, get the gun up. No. Oh, this is so rough. Well, at least I get a little bit of spotting done. He just snaps it, man. He doesn't care. 3.8, we're taking that. I hate this tank. I really hate this tank. And finally, the one that you've all been waiting for, the T57 Heavy. What a vehicle this tank is. But my god, the way to get there was a grind. If you can stomach going for the T69 and the T54E1, you're presented with a tank which is unlike either of those two. I mean, I guess that it does look similar, but that is basically it. This tank is such a joy to play. It's more than accurate enough. It has the DPM, it has the penetration, and it has hit points to back it up. And as a complete package to just absolutely decimate someone in 6 seconds for 1600 damage, yeah, this thing's really good. I will say though, the field mods really do make this tank its own, because this last field mod is the one that you really, really want. This reduces the bloom so much after firing that it really does become just that pure ambush tank. And without it, it can feel a little bit annoying. Sometimes the aim time isn't quite fully done when you're needing to do the next shot, but with this one, it is. As you can see, if we remove all of the field mods and go back to standard equipment, you have 3,375 DPM. That is nearly 1,000 more than the tank you were just playing. You also have 0.31 dispersion, much better than the tank you were just playing again. And your aim time is 2.4 seconds. But this aim time doesn't really matter as much because the bloom levels don't go out as badly. And before any of you comment saying, Max, actually it has worse bloom levels than the T54E1, I'm not speaking about those. I'm speaking about the after shot firing bloom levels, which is worse on the T54E1. Once again though, you do only go at 39 kilometers an hour, so you do need a turbo on this tank, and obviously experimental turbo would be the best. The only issue with the T57, honestly, is the fact that it doesn't really go very fast in reverse. So to get out of danger, which is quite crucial to autoloaders, it can feel a little bit sluggish. And if you don't have a turbo, you go down to 14. So 100% choose a turbo on this vehicle. Another very nice thing about the T57 Heavy is that you can bait people into shooting the upper bit of your tank. If you ever see a T57 Heavy, always shoot the cheeks, just like you have been with the T69 and the T54E1. The same thing applies with the T57 Heavy. Don't ever try to shoot above these cheeks on the T57 Heavy, because there's so many spots that just quickly become auto ricochets that it's just not worth doing it. And what you can do with a T57 Heavy is just rotate the turret every now and again, and sometimes you'll get some lucky bounces, which is why you might see some people just wiggling the turrets to try and get a bounce. However, the turret wiggling doesn't really do much if you just aim at the cheeks. So another nice thing about the T57 Heavy is that the hull armor is actually usable. Look at this. There are just random spots where it will bounce, and the same thing applies to the lower plate. If you go too low, it's an auto ricochet, and if you angle it, there are random little triangles that you can auto bounce. So if you don't hit this thing flush, you can sometimes just bounce off the lower plate. However, the side screen potential of this tank is not very good, and if you do meet a tank such as the 60TP, they can just straight up overmatch your side every single time. And tax light going up, EBR 105, okay. Oh, yes, 416, lovely. I really would love to peek this, but there's two FVs, a Jagdpanzer, 268V5 and an STLV, all of which I don't really want to see. I mean, the Jagdpanzer's over the other side of the map at least. Okay. At least we get our clip out. Only 3 out of 4, but it's a start. Yeah, unlucky. We were stunned, so kind of to be expected. I'm hoping we can try and kill the E100 in a second. The MBTB being here in the Type 71 means that we can actually get shot when we try and go up. Now that we are here, I can hopefully go and kill this E100 in a second. I think it might be worth just to take the shot. Oh, I can't pen him now. I know I still have 1 shot left. No, I'm trying to make it count, but it doesn't. AP maybe would have penned from that angle. I'm not too worried about the AMX coming around. If he does, then I should be able to kill him. E100 just shot. Good. Very, very nice, actually. I'm just going to turn for this. I'm going to try and back off to see if he wants to try and... No? You don't want to do it? I'll save this shot for you. I don't care. Whatever, man. Alright. You win. I'm just going to have to load AP now. Oh, okay, man. Hopefully we can get some shots off on people in a minute. I want to be able to go and shoot. Oh, no, man. Don't block. Why don't you just go around? You can go and kill them all. Oh, please don't block. The reason why it's so important not to block is because I lose all momentum. What the f... Mate! Thank you. Yeah, it's really important not to block there because you lose all momentum as you're coming around and then you get shot by the FV if you lose all momentum, so... I mean, the MBTB and the Type 71 are still out here. I'm going to try and drop. I don't know whether or not I will survive. Maybe a little bit more damage. It'd be nice to get 5k overall, but I'm also a one-shot, so potentially not. Oh, really? Why would you drop down in front of everybody? Like, that doesn't make sense. There we go. 5.6. That is a decent game. Yeah, you know what? Apply. 5.6, 2 kills. Is with standard equipment. Pretty good. Now to discuss the field mods. Right hand side for the first one, because terrain resistances are absolutely fine on this tank. We can then go for the left hand side, then the right. Then we go mobility. Very important that you get mobility up on autoloaders. And then for the last one, which is the big one, heavyweight gun, which reduces the bloom after firing massively. Well, I mean, if you've watched any of the other gameplay before, then you know exactly what I'm going to do. We go to F2, we shoot across, and we see what we can find. See if there's any hidden gems that we can go and shoot. Ooh. I mean, they've already crossed, which is... I don't actually want to peek this because of that. I also need my team to try and spot up here if they can, because then I can shoot across. Hello? Oh. Okay. Not the best of peaks, but it's okay. We only took 1 in return. You get a little bit of assistance as well. I like what Achar's doing though. Now that Achar has gone into this position, the problem is that this T57A I think is going to start killing him. Sorry, what? I just shot a wall. Yes. Yes, I did just shoot a wall. You saw that correctly. It's not a tested map either, which means that I won't really be able to push much. Okay, I think it's time to go back before it's too late to return back. I also think it's time to load heat, because we are probably going to need it. I was not expecting him there, if I'm completely honest. We're going to reload after those 2 shells though. I really wasn't expecting the E50 there. This isn't actually horrible. If we can somehow hold up here, we're okay, because health-wise, okay, it's not looking so great. But I can't see over the other side as well. I mean, I might be able to go and bully this tiger mouse. Everyone's been spotted, so it should only really be a tiger mouse over here. I would love to try and shoot this guy if I can. I really don't want to take 1 in return, though. All he has to do is turn his turret, and then he bounces everything from me. Although, I can actually go here, and I should be able to shoot this. Oh, that is really bad. That is, yeah, definitely not what I was expecting to see. But we get the full clip out, and we're going to take another 1 in return, which is not good. Quickly repair that and then go back again. Maybe we can not take another one. Bounce. Lucky. We'll go back and reload though. Alright, we need to try and kill the city. This is an issue. We can't really do anything against these, because they'll just sit there, hold down. We need the city dead because we're about to get flanked. Oh, we back off. There is actually a shot through here. I mean, if I hit this, I am the best player ever. I also need to like bump myself up somehow to be able to shoot this. I can't shoot a crown from there though. He hits it as well. Only 4.7. It's not good enough. It just sucks that we lost everywhere else. I mean, actually, we kind of won everywhere else. We won the other side now, because they couldn't push. I was too busy focusing on trying not to die from behind. Otherwise, I could have just gone around. Is he using the i7's gun? Because he just rolled for 401. He just low-rolled massively. SCRV will kill the TNH. Oh. Okay. Or? Snap him? Oh. Imagine if he snapped and he shot him and got eye for an eye. I mean, 705's gaming though. I'll just go for him. You have the health. Good, good. I mean, it wasn't too bad actually. We hit nearly every shot we fired. We only missed one. That was when we were aiming at a building. Some of them bounced, but it wasn't too bad.